Shakur Stevenson want all the smoke, man. He going at Cameron and Mase on Twitter right now like it ain't nothing. So if y'all don't know how this started, Cameron and Mase criticized Shakur Stevenson's latest performance against Artem Harutyunyan. Mase and them was calling it a boring performance, a snooze fest. They was talking about how, the hometown crowd was leaving and how, it was not a good performance and how he need more offense because he boring and all of that, right? And so Shakur responded to that by calling Mase a failed rapper. Now, that's a lie because Mase was extremely successful and actually he left the game while he was on top. Mase was selling millions of records. You couldn't find a song without an R&B song without Mase on it. He was on everybody track back in the day, all of that. As my son is asking me to open up the apple juice for him. I mean, not apple juice, I'm sorry, the applesauce for him. Anyway, Mase left the game on top, right? And so that's an inaccurate assessment. But anyway, Cameron and Mase responded to Shakur Stevenson this morning. They was clowning him out, and really Cam started going crazy. Like he started calling them boring and how he ain't on nothing and going in on them. And Mase started talking about how he 3-0 at All-Star Weekend, how he knocked dudes out at All-Star Weekend and all of that. And Cam started clowning on Shakur, like clowning him crazy for real, right? And so Shakur saw that this morning and he started going in even more, snapping on Mase and Cam. He brought up, and listen, Shakur is my type of petty. Because if somebody talk about you, if you talk about a person, you can't dictate how they respond. Because everybody like, oh, Shakur being too sensitive. It's all jokes. It's jokes to you, right? It may not be a joke to me. And if it ain't a joke to me, I'm responding with bombs. I'm going for the jugular. I'm not aiming high. I'm aiming low. You hear me? They go low, I go lower. You hear me? I'm doing the same thing Shakur doing. So I don't blame him, especially because Mase and Cameron, I think because they from Harlem, can't nobody talk about them the same way they can talk about other people, that they got the best jokes and how they just untouchable in the joking category because they from Harlem and they'll clown you. Man, listen, in Chicago, we were clowning dudes all day long. I was cool, but I had jokes in the chamber just in case a dude wanted to try to fry me one day. I had jokes for everybody in class just in case one day one of them dudes wanted to come and try to say something about me because I was a cool, calm, collected dude chilling low-key in the cut. And Shakur aiming for the jugular. I'm talking about he going for blood, and I would do the same thing. He brought up Mase being in that car. He brought up the rumor about Mase being in the car with a transgender back in the day. I'm bringing that up if I'm Shakur too. I would have brought it right up immediately. He calling Mase Pendergrass, okay? I know it's disrespectful to the late, great Teddy Pendergrass, but y'all know when they found Teddy in the car with the transgender, right? I would have brought that up, and he brought it up with Mase, right? I would have brought up Cameron getting jumped and hopping that fence while he was getting jumped, trying to run away from getting jumped. I would have brought up Mase allegedly getting ran out of Harlem back in the day for allegedly sleeping with somebody else's girl. I would have brought up Mase leaving, and he brought up Diddy. Shakur said, man, he need to worry about Diddy, get Diddy off his back. He need to go bring that smoke with Diddy. Especially, right, Diddy stole all your money. You need to bring all that same smoke to Diddy all the time, man. And he do bring it to Diddy. He do pause. He do snap on Diddy. But I still would have brought it up like Shakur. I would have brought up Mase being a gangster rapper, Murder Mase, then being a pastor, then being a murder rapper again, then going to Diddy and making welcome back music, then being a murder rapper again, then being a pastor, then being a street dude again. I would have went in. I would have lit Mase up. I would have lit Mase up. You hear me? I'm not even lying. Both of them. You hear me? I would have brought up Cam running, jumping that fence like it was a hurdle. You know what I'm saying? I would have brought up his boy and them, and I know it's a low blow because that ain't Cam. I would have brought up Jim Jones, especially in Chicago. I would have brought up JoJo Capone, them, extorting Jim. Allegedly not extorting Jim. Not extorting. I'm not going to say that about JoJo, no. JoJo Capone, them, applying that pressure to Jim Jones. And Jimmy evading the situation as best as possible. Even though JoJo got a lot of respect for Cam, but I would have brought it all up. I'm not going, listen, we not letting nothing slide over here. I'm with Shakur. If you gonna talk about me, I'm gonna talk about y'all, and I'm gonna talk crazy about y'all. That's just how it's gonna go, regardless if you like it or not. And so Shakur said, man, these N-words mad. He said, y'all, BITCH boys, ain't gonna do ish. He said, hey, y'all BITCH boys ain't gonna do ish about it either. Cameron ever lift his hand up this way, I'm putting him right out. Soft ass old N-words, right? He going at the dude named Two Tone, the superstar, whatever dude on Twitter. He calling him Mr. Potato Head because he was going Two Tone, was talking crazy about him. I'm lighting him up too. If I'm Shakur, I'm talking about everybody. Everybody getting this smoke. I got jokes in the chamber for everybody. And I know some of y'all gonna say, Shakur don't want it with Cam or Mase in a fight. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all better knock it off. Cameron them gonna need to pull out a switchblade like he said. They're gonna have to pull out a switchblade or a steel chair. Because I don't care what y'all seen at that gas station if you want to. Shakur knocking Cam and Mase out in the same night. Professional fighters knocking them dudes. I don't know what y'all talking about. And if they, unless Cam them can grab him and hold him, listen, Shakur knocking them out in the same night. I don't care what you're talking about. He can't, unless Cam got a switchblade, a bat, a knife, if he got a chair, both of them getting put to sleep. You can call Shakur pillow hands if you want to, but he knows how to hit civilians in the right way to make them go to sleep. He hit a civilian like me, you, your granddaddy, your uncle, your little cousin, your big cousin, your best cousin on your daddy's side. He hit your best friend, he knocking your best friend out. Your best friend's best friend, he knocking all us out. So that just all of that, some of y'all, man, he don't want it with Mason Cam in a fight, man. He knocking both of them out. I would have brought up them piano keys in Cameron mouth. Pause. I would have been lighting Cam them up. I'm telling you, Cam got them joints like it about to fall out his mouth. I'd have been, what? They would not ever. I say, boy, Shakur on the same type of time I would have been on. I would have been joking on them boys all day long. It wouldn't have been no let up. It wouldn't have been no let up. I would have been brutal. And we just gonna have to deal with it how it come. Cause if you gonna talk crazy like Cameron Mason and be talking crazy about people gonna talk crazy about y'all. And you can't call them sensitive because you getting sensitive because I'm making jokes about you then. And Cameron Mason them, y'all getting sensitive because people making jokes about y'all. So hey, if you call Shakur sensitive, you gotta call him sensitive too. I wouldn't care about getting called sensitive. I'm lighting them up like we in elementary school, grammar school, as we said in Chicago, or high school in the cafeteria. I'm firing them up with all the jokes, and I wouldn't care. You hear me? I don't care where you're from or nothing either.